Hello and welcome to your twin flame reading for the divine masculine and the divine feminine and the current union energy going on between you and your twin flame. And this is like the Valentine's Day season edition. Also the Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year. You have the metal ox. I think that's cool, you know, and I'm looking forward to how all of that unfolds. I like following like the Chinese zodiac. And so yes, I have some cards, obviously, right, for you. I have a nice rosebud from my garden, another little succulent plant. It's a little bit of a different setup than I've been doing, but not too different. And so the cards are Nature's Whispers Oracle by Hartfield, and then I have a Rumi card at the bottom here by Alana Fairchild, and I also have a card for abundance for you, you know, for what's going on between you and your twin flame, the union energy regarding your wealth and abundance, and that is Notes from the Universe on Abundance by Dooley. So that's that card, and I think we'll start with that card. I'm gonna see if there's a way to keep this candle to like kind of get up here to, oh yeah, oh nice, okay. Well, hopefully it's not too blinding to, you know, have the candle there, but it's nice. Nice light on the situation, right? Love and light. So we're gonna start out with this Notes from the Universe on Abundance and see what this kind of overarching message is. And yeah, getting used to the setup. I'm like, alright, well, something about it is how to angle the cards. But it says, isn't it a hoot of all the people in all the world who truly get it? Few actually give it to themselves. Whatever it is you want, start. Give yourself compliments, praise, and presents. Give yourself time, permission, and love. Hugs, kisses, and smiles, winks, laughs, and applause. And I will give you even more. Now please, the universe. So this is like the perfect Valentine's Day abundance card if there were one in the deck, and apparently there is. It's cute. 2 flowers. Hey, look at that. 2 little flowers too. I love that. Yeah, I love, you know, flowers symbolizing love. It's always a nice thing. So if I put it down, it's not too bad. Just try to figure it out what's going on here. Always looking for the best angle, you know, literally speaking. But yeah, so you can stop even for a moment, give yourself a pat on the back. I can give myself a round of applause for this video. It's a little bit silly, right? But no, it really does help to reinforce just to love yourself, right? To feel good too, not to wait for someone outside of you to give it to you. If God's giving you the ability to go buy some chocolate and you want some chocolate, then is there anything stopping you? I don't think so. Probably not. It's, you know, not even just about those like external things. It's the love that you give yourself, and then it's easier to magnetize what thing feels good, you know, to kind of go along with the feeling, to amplify the feeling. And so sometimes you're guided, you know, to do something, to have a specific experience, and sometimes the experience is basically all inner and it's all one thing, you know. It's not separate to have let's say you have a destination, you're like, I'm gonna go get ice cream at this one spot. Yeah, that really should be like not separate from an inner journey of probably joy, hopefully, and not a brain freeze, right? So yeah, and you know, this is like attracts like, law of attraction, and I will give you even more. So I think, you know, the point has been made clear there. Romance yourself. Also, Jeff and Shalia's Romance Attraction e-course is really good for that. And when you sign up for it through my website, I do a reading for you. So that could be a very good gift to give yourself if you haven't yet. I like to watch it frequently Because who doesn't like to go deeper with romancing themselves? Like, no matter what stage you're at, if you're like, oh, I'm already in union, I've got this. Well, trust me, like, there's more romancing to be done. And if you're not, same thing, right? So, yeah, with that being said, we're going to leave the Rumi card for last, so that's going to be fun. And there'll be a little poem that goes with that. If you're familiar with this deck, you might know that. And we'll go on to the Divine Masculine. It's funny, I don't have little crystals over the cards. They're like all over here. So that's cool. Usually I do. But same thing, right? So gratitude and appreciation. So yeah, it's just time for the Divine Masculine to go into gratitude and appreciation mode. Inner child healing, you know, a reminder to the Divine Masculine to love your own inner child and not expect the Divine Feminine to do it for you. Not that, like, she won't, you know, but just that if that's what you desire, that it's important to really love and embrace yourself in that place and see what it is that you need to feel appreciated, but also to appreciate what's around you. I mean, it might just be that, like, having some space for yourself to just, you know, go there to love yourself more. It might be that you want to romance your inner child somehow. If you are the Divine Masculine and if you're the Divine Feminine, you know, you can hold space for this and maybe be relieved in knowing, like, it's not your job to give in a way that doesn't feel appropriate, you know, to you. So, like, I think, you know, there's the tendency to want to mother and want to give, and that is just fine and can be really beautifully cultivated in your union. But you also need to make sure that you're being respected and valued, and what that really means is just valuing yourself. So does it actually feel good to give here? Because if it doesn't, it might mean that you're not giving to God and giving to yourself first. And if you haven't given anything to yourself, it's gonna, you know, be probably a tricky matter to try to, like, give to your twin flame. You might end up feeling frustrated, to say the least, you know, depending on how hungry you are. No, I'm just kidding, kind of. Sort of joking, right? I don't know. Sometimes I get a little more upset when I'm hungry, okay? But working on that, and also working on eating regular meals. It all is part of divine order and having a healthy foundation for yourself. So a little bit of a tangent, but it's really like gratitude and appreciation for, you know, yeah, for your foundation. And so whether you're the Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine, you're really just cultivating that, like, for these basic things. Like, I had a really nice time, you know, with this flower here, like, just picking it, you know, in the garden and stuff. That was nice little moment. And it's here, you know, it's something that's already growing. It's not something that I need to, like, go and get, or yeah, just that kind of thing. Gratitude and appreciation. You don't need to go outside of yourself to get what you need to feel loved. Make it easy. Make it feel good, and make your twin flame journey like that too. Like, stop looking at it like, oh, this is, you know, how am I ever gonna be with this person, or oh, they don't love me, or whatever, you know, your story is. Like, well, if they're your twin flame, then you can either choose to resolve it or like, I guess, put it off. So I feel like you might as well make the choice to resolve it and clear the separation consciousness and have compassion, you know, as you're on that journey, because it is your own unique journey, and great things, you know, do, like, they take all of you, you know, investing in it to really manifest that. And that looks like, it looks different, you know. Everyone's journey, again, is like it's your own hero's journey, your own twin flame harmonious union journey, basically. So let's move on to the Divine Feminine card now. And this card's pretty feminine. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. Ideal course of action. I pulled this card recently. I was doing a Church of Union tea time discussion after a Sunday sermon on valuing yourself And yeah, I would really say like the message at that time I feel like still applies. Wasn't that long ago, and I mean it's really nice reminder basically to move with God, you know, not compare yourself to others, because you don't know like what it is that you're really creating with God sometimes until it's finished. I mean, maybe like, you know, one room that you're creating and you get that and you're living in it, you're good and it's beautiful, but you don't stop there, right? Like you're working on the palace. So yeah, you just move with God and it's the perfect pace for you. And don't listen to anyone is like also my advice, you know, about like who's saying anything that doesn't that's taking you off your path in any way, even if it looks like maybe they're not. Like if you know, if you feel for instance rushed or you feel slowed down, same thing. It's actually not any different being rushed or being slowed down. I mean, yeah, I guess they do feel different sometimes, right? Like, but there's also no difference. It's just like you just move with peace, and you learn to do that. You learn to flow with peace, and then everything can fall into place. And you know, it's your job to, like, I guess I want to say like protect that, but the protection comes of God. It's not like you need, like, you can completely be vulnerable in that place, but you know, like you honor your choice to attain harmonious union, to attain perfect union, to ascend. That's what I'm looking for. You honor your choice, and that's, you know, comes from your desire to do that, to have a harmonious life, to be loved and to love, and you know, have that romantic life, to have an abundant life. And you don't stop. You just move, keep moving. And even once you're there and you have maybe moments or days or, you know, while that are really, really good, maybe you go on a fabulous vacation with your beloved twin flame, and you don't stop there either. Like, you know, it doesn't mean that you're maybe always in a state of like, you know, like let's make sure that we're ascending, but just in choosing that like momentum, you continue to do so, and you don't stagnate. You don't, like, you know, get taken off course to something else. And that also plays into this card. I think that's why, one of the reasons why Jeff and Shalea's work is so important, because like it's a little bit hard sometimes to decipher what actually feels good and what feels bad. Sometimes it's pretty easy, and sometimes, you know, you even have to like move in one direction to realize maybe you were meant to move in it for a certain period of time, you know, just kind of like a path winds around, right? But it might be the best path for you, or it might be, well, you know, I got a little bit off course, but that's okay, I'm back on course now, or whatever it is. The point is that you want to just move in the direction of your highest good, of God. And so the law of attraction, you know, it does teach you to sort out those feelings and those thoughts, but there's something underlying that that's very important, and it's, you know, clarity, like on what you actually, if you have this desire to really have it all, then you really want that clarity, so that you're not going after something that only feels kind of good, or something that you're still thinking that you want, without basically putting God into the equation, and without being willing to change course very quickly. So it's also about being flexible, and that's something I would say that I'm definitely still learning. I mean, I'm learning a lot of things, okay, but it's one thing that I really pay attention to. Like, am I being really open to change here, or am I like going in this direction a little bit, like, you know, and getting some like, hey, it's time to you know, move over this way, and am I hesitating, you know, like, or am I listening? Am I able to answer that call when I receive it? And it does take just like, you know, trust and getting clear, because maybe if you can't quite hear it, it's kind of hard to like know what you're doing and trust what to do next. So that's why you do that, the inner work, to purify your consciousness so that you can receive the guidance that you need to always keep moving forward. And that's part of romancing yourself too. It's not like a hard, complicated thing. It's pretty simple, actually, just like romance is. And it is about what truly feels good. So it's also about healing, you know, deeper layers of your feelings so that you know, so that you feel. If you feel good, that's the ideal course of action. So, last card, the Cloak of Christ. Sounds good to me. I got this card a day or two ago as well, just for myself. And this card always indicates, hey, time to chill out, buddy. Time to like kind of have a little bit of recuperation for yourself. Maybe if you're feeling, I don't know if I'd say uncomfortable talking to people, but just like a little bit like, wow, I kind of extended myself and now it might be time to recharge, kind of thing. Like, yeah, if you feel that way, well, this card is kind of indicating that to you. It's like a good time to go within and let the Christ consciousness within you, you know, just light up, expand, tap into it, but tap into it in a way that's just for yourself right now, like regenerating yourself. And then that's going to allow you to give even more. So yeah, it's just going again deeper with purifying your consciousness, but this is also a very nice Valentine's Day card because it's about, it's a reminder of the proper, you know, way to romance yourself. Again, is through unconditional love. And so sometimes we're taught, you know, Valentine's Day is about, you know, things that feel a little weird, like, but the truth is that, yeah, the passion is there, or, and the love, the sexiness, you know, the romance, all of these things, the intimacy, the, you know, the juice, the, like, the flowers, everything is all there, but it's with God. It's not something where you're like going in the opposite direction and rebelling against something or desperate for this, you know, high or whatever. So it's a very like peaceful romance, but that doesn't mean that it's also can be passionate and everything, but that needs to come from peace and not from something else, and not from you like creating it like away from your actual heart's desires, you know, really getting clear there and having it all be aligned with love, because then you're not going to also regret anything, and that feels really good. It's like, oh, you know, like when you're pursuing your twin flame, that's why that feels so good, even if temporarily maybe, yeah, like it costs more, just, you know, in a lot of ways it does, because you're pursuing something that's real. And we all know it's much easier to get stuff that's kind of like, well, a dime a dozen. And that's not to say a person is ever a dime a dozen, but there's just one person that's actually created with you and to be with you, and that's your twin flame. And so other people are, they're just not going to fulfill that same place. Sometimes you might not know who your twin flame is, and you're like, well, I don't know, I have romantic feelings for this person, so might as well try. And that's different. But if you have feelings for a specific person and you're not listening to that, then that's something to really consider, like, what's going on there, and get clear on who the person you believe truly is, that person, and explore that and why, and just keep getting clear, because eventually you will reach that point of clarity if you have not yet, or if you have, it's still always worth going deeper into that place. Like, well, why do I love this person so much? Let's just see what's there. It feels good to do. It feels really good because it's loving yourself too. You and your twin flame are one consciousness. So let's kind of wrap this up with a little poem here that goes with this card. Oh, it's also number 4. So this is about, again, like establishing more foundation for yourself. So that has to do with recharging too, right? And romancing yourself is a very big part of foundational work. It's like, oh, I'm gonna spend some time making my house look nice, or cooking myself a good meal, and take care of, you know, the basics. But the basics feel very, like, they feel grounding, but they also feel sometimes very frilly, very romantic. So yeah, a little poem here says, in the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the king's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. So yeah, it's about raising your vibration, going within, and doing that in a way that truly feels good to you, whether that's, you know, eating chocolate cake, or watching a nice movie, or just loving yourself, journaling, you know, like maybe everything that I mentioned, maybe something else. So yeah, like, just don't be afraid to go there and really take some time for yourself, and know that that also helps you create abundance too. Because sometimes, you know, at least I think I need to kind of push ahead and stuff, and sometimes that's appropriate if it really is what I'm being called to do, but a lot of the time for me, I need to check with myself and be like, well, I actually think I'm being called to, you know, do something for like give back to my own self, to my own foundation. So it's about finding that balance too, and that will help you see what you're really being called to do in each moment, and then you give to yourself, and then hey, you have more to give. That feels good. It's good incentive. So that's pretty much it for this reading, and cute little card, put that back there. Yeah, so you can always book a reading with me. I do half-hour sessions, 1-hour sessions, and I also have a number of reading reports and a bunch of other cool stuff you can check out, like my blog readings and free coloring book pages, romance coloring book pages, if you're into that. So yeah, all the links are below. Also, for that Romance Attraction e-course is on Twin Flames Universe website, or my resources page. So that's about everything I have to say. Also, thank you if you are subscribed to my channel. I reached over 500, and I had put a big smile on my face, because it's like, oh, finally. I had to turn off like a lot of views on my channel for a long time while I was teaching. I had all my videos on 18 or over so that the kids would not watch them during class, even though you know, they're not particularly like inappropriate or something. But anyways, so it took me a little longer to get to this place, and it's been very worth it. And so yeah, if you're not subscribed and you'd like to, you can hit that button, hit the like button. I always appreciate it if you liked the video, you know? Your vote counts. So yeah, take care and have a happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy, and yeah, remember to love yourself. All right, bye.